In this video, I'm showing you how you can turn yourself into the Joker. How to turn yourself into the Joker was by far my most beloved video. And many of you mentioned the idea of doing the same video except with Heath Ledger. So, now that I've made an epic comeback to my YouTube channel since I got hacked, it seemed fitting to me to, you know, put a little nostalgia in there. A little less seriousness, because why so Alright, so anyway, here's probably the most requested video ever. How to turn yourself into the Joker. Again. First, take a picture of your beautiful self, looking very evil and angry. As if you can blow up into an army of angry goblins looking to eat your brain. What? Just take the bloody picture. First, as always, grab the beautiful pen tool and start going around the edge to cut yourself out. Unless you wanna keep this amazingly, intensely pretty background. Do me a favor and just cut it out. After your selection is complete, go into your mask options and fix the hair, because now it looks like an unfinished sculpture that happens to be in color and very realistic for some reason. Anyway, once finished, hit OK and perfectionize the mask by hand if necessary. Then add a new solid color, because these blocks make my eyes hurt a lot. Now it's finally time to actually start. Unlike last time, I'm not wearing a suit, so I'm just gonna turn these clothes into the right color. I mean, it's the least I can do, right? The Joker has a purple jacket and a green thing underneath it. Add a new hue and saturation adjustment layer and clip it with yourself by holding Alt while clicking in between the two layers. Every adjustment layer that's going to be added will be clipped, so keep that in mind. Then do not hit colorize this time, just move the upper slider to the side that makes it purple. It pretty much depends on what you're wearing, but if it's like blue, like mine, you want to go to the right. Because, well, the original Joker's jacket is... Oh, by the way, you could have made the selection first, but that didn't work for me, so... Take your brush, click the mask and use black and white to subtract the face and everything from the mask. By accident, this layer made the hair green already, but we're doing that later because I really need this video to be at least 10 minutes long, because I'm broke and I really need that YouTube money, even though I'm not even monetized yet, so... Oh well. Never mind. But we're still doing that later. So, when you're done, you can... Oh, bloody hell. I had to wear something black. Okay, for you, this is probably gonna look better, unless you have something black yourself. Add a hue and saturation layer, and now do hit colorize. Make it green, and use a... Oh, wait a second. There you go. Hit Ctrl I while having the mask selected to invert it and use a white brush again to have it only show at the shirt. Wait, maybe I could... Yeah, if you are for some idiot reason wearing something black like me, you could use an exposure adjustment layer to make it a bit brighter. Just do the same thing as before, except it's getting brighter instead of colorized. So, let's add that elegant and lovely white and red makeup, because... First, add a new vibrance adjustment layer and bring down the saturation. Then click the mask and hit Ctrl I to invert the mask. Now you want to grab a brush and literally start painting the makeup. You can use whatever brush you like for this. If you don't have any cool brushes yet, you can find some on brusheezy.com or spend some money on some really good ones. Anyway, I'm using these. I don't really know where they're from. You can play with flow and opacity to make it look a bit messy and uneven because, well, it's the Joker. So, oh, and by the way, I'm not using any kind of tablet for this, just a mouse. So you can do this too. When you think you're done, you actually aren't, because yeah. Add an exposure adjustment layer and copy the mask of the previous layer to this one. You can do that by holding Alt and dragging the mask to the new layer. Perfect. Now slightly increase exposure, but not too much. Yeah, just not too much. Now before we move on, let's take a look at our sponsor.
Hello, I am here for the sponsor. So what is so great about it?
Mockups are great. We all know this. They're a great tool to demonstrate your work to clients and audiences. With a few clicks, you can make something shitty look beautiful.
Hello, aren't you supposed to talk about the sponsor?
Yes, just hold on. What if I told you that there's this special brand of mockups that are so great your eyes will pop out? Well, I'd be lying. I mean, your eyes won't pop out. out. I think that's a good thing, but I can get them close to popping out because today I am introducing sports templates. If you thought mockups were great,
I think mockups are great.
shut up. You have no idea how great these are. Sports templates provides you with awesome, extremely high-resolution sports-related mockups such as uniforms, helmets, gloves, shirts, full courts, scarves, balls. Wait, balls?
Balls?
Oh, balls.
Ah, balls.
And even gaming controllers. And all of these are fully editable PSD documents.
I mean, obviously.
But wait, the best part is still yet to come. Because what if I told you that you can adjust the lighting conditions?
What?
I know, right?
But how? How does that work?
When you access the lighting layers, you can adjust these sliders to literally change the direction of light. I mean, isn't that insane? These great tools can help you create personalized mockups fitting your ideas. Isn't that amazing?
Okay, I gotta give him that. This is pretty amazing, man.
And good news! If you go to their website right now, you can get this awesome Jason Voorhees, a hockey mask, this football helmet, all these awesome jersey textures for free. Go to sportstemplates.net or click the link in the description.
I hear free. I take everything that is free. See you later, poopy pantses. I am getting these freaking awesome sports templates because they're...
Alright, so where were we? Ah, yes, the eyes. The Joker's eyes are very intense because of the intense black makeup. Makes sense? So we need that to add a new exposure adjustment layer and bring down exposure by quite a lot, actually. I'm doing both my eyes individually because you'll see why later. I'm starting with my left eye, or well, actually my right eye. Hit Ctrl I to invert and start painting the shape you want. I can highly recommend Kyle's Inkbox Classic Cartoon Brush for this, which I think is standard. I'm gonna stick as closely as possible to the Joker because he's the Joker, and that's pretty much the whole point of this entire video. So, well, when you're finished, you can double click on the layer to access Blend If. This we can use to keep some skin detail instead of it just being a black thingy. Adjust the right sliders of the lower slider, then when you're satisfied you can hit OK. If you want, you can still adjust the exposure and even change the mask if you want. Do this same thing again with the left or left eye, whatever. The reason I do them separately is because the right half of my face is way brighter than the left, and that will result in Blend If not doing its job properly, resulting in me getting triggered big time. But okay, so now name your bloody layers because just looking at this freaks me out. You can also give them colors, which works great in this case. So now the mouth. Add yet another hue and saturation layer, hit colorize this time, and make it red. Now paint a quick shape to see the effect, and then set the blend mode of this layer to multiply. This makes it a bit better. If you want, you can also bring down the lightness. Now erase your mask and make a proper shape. I'm using the same brush again, so yeah. When you are satisfied with your ruined face, you could also add a new exposure adjustment layer and also set this one to multiply and then paint sort of a scar. I think that looks pretty decent, I think. Then finally, the hair. You guessed it, a hue and saturation adjustment layer. Move the slider to the right, possibly increase saturation, but it's not really necessary, and have it show only on the hair. Beautifully beautiful. Now the Joker part is done, but we still want a cool background, so well, let's grab something like this from the World Wide Web. The link is in the description below. Drop it in, decrease the opacity and change the background color into something very dark because otherwise the opacity thing doesn't really, do its job. And then add a mask to the bricks to make sure they only show at the sides you want them to show. In my case, the light comes from both sides. So I'm making it visible at the sides. Then also you can add some simple light with white solid colors and masks, and it's just doing your thing. It's just up to preference. You might want to add a depth of field with field blur too, so for that just select everything attached to your face, convert it into a smart object, go to filter, choose field blur, and here you can set points with different blur values. I'm putting my face in focus and the rest slightly out of focus to get that really nice depth. When you're finished, hit OK, and after that don't forget to add a blur to the background too, because that would be incredibly weird. At this point, it really depends on your personal image, because right now it's just fixing up things you messed up previously. So yeah. Then you may finally add a camera raw filter to hide the fact that actually everything you've done so far is not that great, but suddenly it does seem great because camera raw filters fix practically everything. Did I just give away my top secret to Photoshop? I think I did. So, there you go. You are the Joker. Now actually I am that curious about whether you like this video better or the original Joker video that I posted like a while ago. So let me know in the comments below. And that makes it time for my favorite Instagram post on #BennyReview, which this time is from Sosa, also known as Sosa Art Visual on Instagram. This one is one of these edits that really tells a story, you know? I mean, this could be a scene from a TV show or something. Honestly, I would be wondering what the heck is going on here. I mean, look at the plane and stuff. I like it. Great work. Want to see your edits on my favorite Instagram posts? All you gotta do is tag #BennyReview in your next post on Instagram. Then also big thanks again to Sports Templates for sponsoring this video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like and a comment below, and if you like my overall content, feel very free to subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And then I hope I'll see you in my next video.